So you want exposure for your athlete. Everybody wants exposure for the athlete. And they want exposure for many different reasons. Some may want exposure because they want for their kid to get a better look at getting recruited, getting a scholarship. There are some other parents that may want exposure because they want for coaches to know that their son or daughter exists in this basketball community, this basketball environment. And they want for other people to know that their son or daughter has the skill set or the potential to be able to help them on the next level, help that team on the next level. So there are a couple of different reasons why they want to get exposure. Some people want to get exposure. Some parents want their kids to get exposure because it'll help their ego. It'll help them when they walk around, when they walk into the games, into the tournaments, into the school, even around the neighborhood, and more so on social media, so that people can know and say, hey, you're doing something like big because your child is doing something big. So a lot of people want exposure for that reason, so that they can be in the conversations of other people when they talk about what's happening to their particular student athlete. Well, regardless to why you want exposure, then there are some people, the fourth reason, they want exposure because they just want to match their athlete up with some better competition. And so they want to get that exposure to be able to see how the athlete fares up with better competition. But majority of people want exposure because they want for people to recognize, become more aware of their athlete or themselves as the parent. A lot of people have different reasons, wacky reasons for why they want what they want. That's neither here nor there. The point of the first 2 minutes of this video is to talk about exposure, to get you to understand, right? Understand first, why do you want exposure? What do you want exposure to do? Because lo and behold, what most people don't understand is exposure is just more of an introduction to something. And so here's how you can get exposure. I'm gonna give you two things that you can do today to get more exposure for your athlete. And you don't have to pay anybody any money to do this. You don't have to play for any teams. You don't have to get any subscriptions. You don't have to do any of those things, right? But here's the first thing that you can do. I want you to Google or just sit down and think about it with your athlete. Sit down and think about or Google what are the schools, the colleges around you that has a basketball program on any level. Let's say within 50-mile radius. We're gonna start small. 50-mile radius. So 50-mile radius from where you live. Not necessarily where your athlete goes to school, because some athletes go to school in places far away from where they live. That's a whole nother story. But get a 50-mile radius. You can go to Google, you can go to Google Maps, whatever you need to do, and I want you to type in colleges and universities. And I want you to figure out what colleges and or universities are within a 50-mile radius of your home, wherever you may be. And then the second thing, and then after you do that, still the first thing, after you locate the colleges within a 50-mile radius, now go and figure out which of those have basketball programs, which of those colleges and universities offer basketball programs, because everybody doesn't offer sports programs. Now, once you get that information, I want you to contact those particular coaches. Contact those particular head coaches and assistant coaches, that entire staff, right? Reach out to that entire staff electronically, email. This truck is trying to bag up and I'm not sure what they're doing. They're gonna crash something. Anyway, get that information, coaches, assistant coaches, and send an email to the entire staff. And here's what you want to put in the email. You want to put in the email your name. You want your athlete to do it. Their name, their school, their grade, their name, their school, their grade. And I want you, right? I'm not going to spell out the email specifically. That's what we do with our clients at Hoops Master University. But I want you to frame the email asking them two things. One, if there's a time in which you can come and sit down and observe a practice, that's one. Because now you're getting exposure on a whole nother level. You understand what's happening, how colleges practice. So communicate with them in the email, name, grade, and school. Name, grade, school. And that you want to come to one of their practices. That's the first way you can get exposure. The second thing, that email is going to do two things. The second thing, let them know that you're interested in learning more about their program. Now, everything else in the body, everything else you can do, I basically gave it to you. Name, grade, school. Name, grade, school. That's all you need to put. Don't put position, don't put height, weight, none of that, because you want to pique their interest. Name, grade, school. You want to ask them two questions. Is there available time that you can come and watch a practice? And two, how can you get more information and learn more about their program? Now you've just gotten yourself exposure for your athlete without paying any money, and you've done it on a local setting. And now let's sit back and wait, and let's see if we get any responses back. Even if you get 2 out of 10 or 20, that's still doing a pretty good job. All right, so this is Coach Carvel Bailey. I am here at my destination. Got to get a tire fixed, but that's it. All right, you want exposure for your athlete? That's the best way that you can go about getting it. And reach back out to me, right? Let me know how it worked for you. But you want to get in these gyms with your athlete on all levels to see how college level athletes really compete, really work when no one is looking. And then you want to let people know that you're interested in learning more, a little bit more about their program and institution. All right, so that's it. Coach Carvel Bailey. Now, if you don't know what to put on that, how you doing? The back tire? I need a plug. Yep. All right. If you don't know exactly how to compose these emails, don't know really how to communicate with these coaches, and you know that you need some help getting your athlete this information, this type of exposure, this type of confidence, awareness, all of those things, then reach out to us, right? This is what we can help you with, what we help all our clients with when they get to this phase in their careers, right? In our Hoops Master University program. So, Coach Carvel Bailey, I hope this helps you. All right, talk to you later. Peace.